आज का जो हमारा लेक्चर है that is about computer software. Computer users can be divided into 5 categories. First is home user, uh, and which I guess we all are lies in that category. Small office or home office user, I guess we also lie in that category because we use computer and labs, so that could be the category. Mobile users, yes, everybody who uses a laptop could be a mobile user, or using a smartphone, yes, that could also be lie in this category. Large business user, that could be kind of organizations, or like government organization, business organization. And power user, where high computational power is required, that is power user. Home user spends time on the computer for personal and business communication, so we all know that. uh, बजटिंग इन पर्सनल फाइनेंशियल मैनेजमेंट, आप लोग एक्सेल शीट यूज कर रहे होंगे अपने बिजनेसेस के लिए कि मेरा जो महीने का खर्चा हुआ है कितना हुआ है. So you will be using that kind of application on your personal computer. Entertainment, yeah, you will use for watching movies and watching YouTube videos. And web access, you are also using for like social networking and for your assignments and all that stuff. Small office or home user include any company with fewer than 50 employees. Small group of people, they lie in this category. As well as self-employed people that work out for their home. Like some people have has startups, their own business, so they also lie. Or small software houses of 10 people, 5 people, they also lie in this category. Mobile user travels to and from main office or school to conduct business, communicate, or do homework. So we also lie in this category because we move to our hostel, to our homes, and use computer in our school or university. A large business user works for a company that has a large number of employees and computers usually connected to a network. So this is a type of user where a network of people are working together for an organization. Maybe your lab also lie in this category because at a time we are like 70 or 60 students working in a lab. And if there are multiple labs connected to in a network, like if there are 4 labs are operational at the same time, so this also lies in large business user. Power users such as an engineer, architect, or desktop publisher typically works with multimedia, which combines several media elements into one application and requires the capability of a workstation or other powerful computer. So, for example, if you are doing some simulation, some AI-based simulation for in a high-performance computing cluster, so you are a power user because you need powerful system requirements to run your simulations. Software is a set of instructions given to the computer to solve a problem. Software is also known as a program. Computer software specify a sequence of operations to be performed by a computer. Computer works according to the instruction written in software. Different software used to solve different problem. So when you write a software, it means you code according to your need. So what software, which is also called a program. So I guess you are doing your first programs in your C language. So that is a kind of small software. For example, you are adding an adder, calculator, or some other function. That is a small software. Uh, so in that software, you define different sequence, different instruction. For example, you say to add 2 different numbers, and then you say that ask for some mathematical operation. So that is actually a set of instruction you give the user to use that software this way. And different software are used for solving different problem. For example, your notepad or MS Word is used to write down your thesis, your assignment, your or noting down some article. And similarly, Excel is used to for your tabular work, for your tabular arithmetics, for your tabular operations. But for performing tabular operation, you use Excel. Similarly, you use a calculator for calculating your daily tasks, scientific calculator for scientific of operation. So these are different example of and use of different softwares to solve different problems. Usually, computer is divided into computer hardware and software is further divided into system software and application software. The main types of software are as follows: system software and application software. System software set of programs to control and manage the actual operation of a computer hardware. So this software actually deals with the hardware of a computer system. It controls the usage and allocation of different hardware components. So it allocates different resources to different processes. So it actually deals with hardware, which hardware to be assigned which process. So for example, you are printing out a document. So then this software tells the connected printer to print this document. So this software actually deals with the hardware component. It enables application programs to execute properly, and their proper execution is also the task of system software. Proper execution means step by step or in a sequence where which is required. Control basic operation as follows: saving data on disk, printing documents. So I gave you an example of printing a document and then saving your document in a hard disk or in a USB. So for example, you want to save this document to some SD card. So this software tells that save that documents to the connected USB or inbuilt hardware, for example, hard disk and SD card. So this is all about the operation of software, system software. Two types of systems are uh, different types of system software. One is operating system, another one is utility programs. So, what is operating system? Operating system is a set of programs that manage all computer components and operation. Computer cannot do anything without an operating system. So actually, it controls the hardware and deals with user. So actually, it is a bridge between user and hardware. So actually, it tells the user what you want to do, and then tell the hardware to do things what is asked by the user. Uh, it must be installed on every computer. So yes, hardware is nothing without operating system. User interact with the computer through operating system. Microsoft Windows and Linux are two example of operating system. Software utility program, software that is used for effective management of computer system. User can use utility program to perform maintenance tasks related to different devices, and program keeps the computer running smoothly. Antivirus and file compression are few examples. So these kind of software like your antivirus compression that also deals with your utilities. These are utility program. So how about your drivers? Yes, device drivers. So what about that? Yes, so these are also utility programs which deals with the hardware and software together. Application software helps the user to perform specific tasks. For example, your MS Word is used to write down your notes. People use according to their needs. Games are used to play games. These are also software. People use according to their needs because somebody is so fond of games, so he or she or they play games instead of reading books or doing assignments, and that's why they fail the assignments. Some also known as application package. Application software uses the operating system in order to function. So actually, the application software connects the user with operating system. Operating system connects user with hardware, while application software connects user with the operating system. So through your application software, user tells the operating system to perform that function, and that's how the operating system operates on the instructions given by the user through application software. It runs on the top of operating system, so it is upper layer of operating system. Where, for example, you want to allocate some space, some specific. For example, when you write a program, and in your program you say that this document should be saved in a hard disk instead of RAM, because how much programming have you done till now? Just simple program, MS Word, for loop, for loop. Okay. So when will you do a file handling, then you will know that how will you. That is the in the end. So when will you use file handling in your C language, then you will know that how the document is saved in a hardware. So through that code, you tell the operating system to save the document in hard disk instead of RAM. Because when you run your application, for example, you write a code for a loop or a function, and when you run it, and when the program ends, everything is gone, no data is saved. It means the data is just loaded in RAM, and then it is removed. So when you tell the computer to save this data in the hard disk, to load it from there, then you tell the operating system to save that in that location of a hard disk. Examples are MS Word, MS Excel, and Oracle. Difference between system and software, application software. System software are general purpose, while application software are specific purpose. System software manages computer resources, while application software solve a particular problem. System software execute all time, so it is running in the background. So when you open the task manager, you see different applications are running in the background. Actually, that is your system software. While applications of software execute when it is required. For example, when you write a document, first you open the MS Word. So when you are required to open a MS Word application, you open it and you write down something and save it. So it is based on your requirement. A number of system software is less than the application software or countable, essential for a computer to work. So it is always required to run different processes, different system software in the background. Um, Application software is not always necessary for your computer to run, because this is based on requirement. If you are required some software, then you use that. Otherwise, your computer will run without application software. Set up a program that manages all computer components and operation. So operating system actually manages computer component and operation. Operating system computer cannot do anything without OS. So computer without an OS is just a box, useless box, until you operate them through some application or software operating system. Uh, User interact with computer through operating system via application software, okay, or directly through commands. So you can deal with operating system through commands also without any application software. When computer is turned on, the OS runs and checks all parts of the computer are functioning properly. OS manages all operation on computer after loading. So loading, actually, when computer system loads, it checks that all hardware is operating properly. It is responsible for the management and coordination of activities and the sharing of the resources of the computer. So it do three different types of things: coordination of activities, a management of resources, and sharing of resources. Okay, so what does that mean? Coordination, sharing, and management of resources. For example, different hardware are using in a software. So the coordination between among the hardware or the processes is the duty of operating system. Similarly, sharing resources. Resources means your processor, your RAM, your hard disk. These are resources. Multitasking means processor handling the processes through processor is multitasking. So uh, that is also done by the operating system. So operating system actually acts as an interface between user and a computer hardware. So operating system deals with user through application software or terminal command line to control the hardware. Some important OS are Windows, Linux. What is? Can you name a single operating system other than these? Windows, Linux, Unix, Mac, yes, DOS, Android, iOS. Other than that, terminal-based operations, so command-based operation. So actually, this is the simple diagram where user, computer, and operating system interact. And this is two-way communication. The four different components of your computer system. One is user, second is application software, third is operating system, and fourth is hardware. So this is four component interaction in a sequence or way or in a sequence or in a operating system deals with different hardware and applications. For example, desktop, mouse, printer, keyboard, monitor, they are all control through operating system by the hardware. So hardware interaction and their control and management coordination is all done by operating system. Okay, OS perform the following functions. One is booting, second is memory management, third is loading and execution, fourth is data security, uh, five is disk management, six next is process management, device controlling, printing controlling, providing interface. So these are different functions performed by the operating system. We will study each one a bit in detail. What is booting means? Powering up of your all hardware. So process of starting and restarting your computer is called booting. So when sometimes you see that do you want to reboot your system, it means do you want to restart your computer. तो BIOS आपका BIOS करता है आपकी BIOS क्या होता है बेसिक इनपुट आउट उसका मतलब ये है कि आपका जो इनिशियल पावर अप है वो सिस्टम को पावर अप करे और ऑपरेटिंग सिस्टम आपके सारे हार्डवेयर को कनेक्ट करके उनको कंट्रोल के एबल करना कि वो कंट्रोल हो इन्होंने ऑपरेशन परफॉर्म करने हैं. So that is the difference between your BIOS and your booting up of the system. OS starts the computer to work. So it actually prepare the computer system, computer hardware to operate according to the need of the user. It checks the computer and makes it ready to work according to the requirement. There are two types of booting. One is cold booting, second is warm booting. So what is the difference between cold booting and warm booting? Cold booting is when the computer is turned on, completely turned on, and you start it or turn on it. That is cold booting. So then there comes warm boot when the computer is restarted. So when you restart it, all process never dies. Only few system just restart it and in few seconds your system restarts again. Important functions of OS. Memory cannot be managed without an operating system. How an OS manages the memory? So it actually manages your RAM. कि कौन सा जो आपका फाइल जो अभी प्रोसेसर में चलना है वो लोड करना है कहाँ से मेमोरी किस मेमोरी से लोड करना है फिर वापस रैम में कहाँ पे रखना है इन रैम से उसको कहाँ पे सेव होना है. That is all done by operating system. Different programs and data execute in memory at one time. So when multiple processes runs and they deal with memory and hard memory or secondary memory, that is all in control or controlled by the operating system. If no S program will mix with each other and system will not work properly. So if there is no operating system, then mixing of process or data will occur. So for example, you are working in MS Paint and MS Word, two different applications, but it never mix up. So actually this is made sure by the operating system. So the intermixing of processes is also a problem, and this is also insecure. If two processes can be changed by another person or another device, it means there is a security risk involved in your data.